Hello, humans and non-humans. I'm Naomi Beth. Call myself the Naughty Oracle because I like to tell it like it is and swear sometimes. So I'm talking to you today about ancestral clearing, and I have done a huge amount of this. Now I'm not just talking about ancestors who are here in your family line. I'm also talking about ancestors in the space that you live, so First Nations, native tribes, all that type of thing. I'm also talking about ancestors through other past lives, through generations and generations and generations of the cycle of the soul. So it's not just mum and dad and grandma and granddad. It's not just human. It is a generational form, and it's not just now. It is from eons and eons and eons of existence of a soul, of the light and dark that we have within us. So it can become quite a big job when you start doing ancestors. So that's why I call them a-hole ancestors or arsehole ancestors, because sometimes they were assholes. And so sometimes you have to clear that genetic pattern and break those patterns so that you don't become the next asshole that your kids and grandkids and other generations have to clear from. Okay, so this is based on one of my cards in my deck. So I have the Naughty Oracle. This is the manuscript that the publisher's working from to design and bring out my card deck at the end of 2022. And the card that I'm working with is the Asshole Ancestor card, and it's about time for ancestral healing. So this is the card here. And beautiful Dot, or Dorothy, the ineffable artist, she's on Instagram. You can find the links in my bios and stuff, you know, with the Dorothy Davidson artist. This is her picture. It's one of the first pictures she drew for me. And as you can see, it's the caveman and woman, okay? And the caveman was being an a-hole to the cave woman and dragging her back in. And all I said to her was, can you have a caveman dragging a cave woman into the cave? And then she came back with this power move from the cave woman, which I didn't tell her to do. And it's like the cave woman is holding her hair and standing in her own power. And to me, that was like, oh my gosh, this girl gets it. Okay, so she was a perfect artist for me to employ for this card deck that I was creating. And so yes, not only is the a-hole ancestor here, but she's also an a-hole sometimes too, because she's standing up for her rights and going, no, okay, and that can be empowerment, as they call it now, isn't it? When you have to stand up for your rights. Oh, go off at me, go on. Anyway. This is awesome to understand that when you get this card out of the deck, it is time to ask yourself, are the emotions, are the patterns and behaviours of yourself really a pattern and behaviour that you have inherited from parents, grandparents, past life, another planet? You know, it is a pattern or behavior that is ancestral. So that means it has been done before, and it may have been repeating over and over and over again. So if you feel, or this card comes up when we get the decks out and you start playing with them, and that card comes out to you, it's time for you to think about, what is the pattern that I am regurgitating? Okay, it can be a pattern like alcoholism, laziness even. It can be narcissistic behavior of a pattern. It can be learned spirituality or religion. That is a pattern that might need to be pulled apart, and so that you can stand in your own power. So it's to come, you're breaking the patterns of the traditions of the old ways of just doing something for the sake of doing something, so that it doesn't do no harm to none, but it actually makes you feel more yourself inside of yourself. So just because everybody in your family goes to university and gets a degree, you can break that pattern and go, no, I'm not going to put myself under that much pressure. I'm not going to hold myself into one career. I'm going to go travel the world and be employed wherever I feel I need to be employed. So this is the part of the ancestral clearing and ancestral healing. So all it is breaking the patterns and standing in your own power. And sometimes it's good to call on some of those ancestors who have also tried to do this and break this pattern of yours. So I have a couple of ancestors that come in, and you know, I might get a whiff of their perfume, or you know, little things like that, and I know, oh, what pattern of my family am I repeating? So what do I need to stop? What behavior do I need to stop so that, okay, no, that's something that, you know, such and such would do in the family. That doesn't serve me. I'm just doing it because that's my learned behavior. So I'm going to unlearn that behavior, and I'm going to create what I really intentionally was born to be here for. And hello to my new YouTube channel, because that's what I'm doing. I'm creating, I'm breaking the patterns of going along with everybody else and being, you know, you have to look perfect for everybody else, and you have to go along with the crowd to be accepted. And, you know, that's what society teaches you, especially in my time of growing up. And now it's like, no, I'm breaking that pattern. I'm coming out. I'm talking my truth of that I don't belong in society. I might look the part, but I'm absolutely quite weird going on in this headspace. And that's allowed now. Okay, that's allowed. It wasn't the done thing when I was growing up as a child. I was very, very weird. So I had to hide a lot of things. So I'm clearing my ancestral lineage of suppressing our psychic gifts, suppressing our beautiful ways of helping people to heal and clear. And you know, we really are quite a powerful genetic family in the way that we may come across as you know, just the normal, if they say normal, but yet we are quite a beautiful family who know who they are, who know that's not right, even though I'm still doing it and going along with the crowd. And so now it's time, I'm giving myself permission to stop that behavior of going along with the crowd. Okay, so I'm voicing what I believe in. I'm voicing what needs to be said so that others can have that power too. And that's the point of me voicing what I'm going through this YouTube channel, is so that you can also have the permission to be you. So let's have a look. I'm going to read to you what I've written down for my Asshole Ancestor card. And it goes like this. You have ancestral clearing to do. Your ancestors have fucked you over. You need to clear the patterns and karmic debt racked up by your ancestors so that your children may be free. Break the cycles of destruction and wounding. Do the work and future generations will be free because you are fucking awesome like that and will do the bullshit work without anyone acknowledging you. So find a good healer that can do past life healing or ancestral clearing for you to get these assholes off your back. So then I put in the questions to ask. So my cards not only come with that little bit of a blurb of what they actually mean in the sense, they also come with questions so that you can work on yourself. And then they have a statement that you can do. And you can say this statement for like a couple of weeks just until you feel the energies clearer or you get out of that system. And when you say these statements, it's interesting because you'll notice things just fall away. And it's like, hang on, that's not right. That shouldn't have happened that quickly. And it's because, hang on, I did that statement, or I watched this video with Naomi saying that statement and it resonated in my head and reprogrammed my mindset, which then creates a different behavior. So let's have a look at the questions to ask yourself. What ancestral pattern can I break right now? Is this wounding really mine or is it inherited? And who in my family needs help? So there's a couple of questions and you can change those questions, and you'll probably have a question that will come in straight away when you say, oh, I need to break that pattern. Okay, your intuition will help you guide yourself into the part where you need to go. All right, are you ready? Let's clear this stuff. I now choose to sever, annihilate, and transmute all connections with any and all ancestors that are no longer here for my highest good. I am now free from all negative ancestral behaviours and patterns that no longer serve my higher purpose. So you can go back to the video, you can say it again, you can pause it, you can write it out yourself. Okay, do the work for yourself. I'm not here to put up what it is and then say, hello, here you go. No, if you write it out yourself in your handwriting, it's embedding it into your mindset. It's a very important technique. Even my brother years ago when I was studying for a maths exam, we had to know our rules back then. There was no such thing as cheat sheets or anything. And anyway, and he said to me, Naomi, the best way to study, he's older than me, so he gave me this beautiful wealth of knowledge and I love it. But he said, Naomi, you need to write out that rule, you know, for a whole page, an A4 page, and then you do it again and again and again until you can say it off by heart. And I was like, okay, so I used that method and I knew my rules, you know. So that was an ancestral pattern and behavior that I inherited and I kept because it was a good pattern and a good behavior. But then there might be other behaviours, like his smoking. Okay, so I broke that pattern, so I didn't become a smoker. Even though I tried, you know, you go through those teenage years, but I didn't go into the smoking side of it. So I broke that pattern. So it's interesting to look at your sisters and brothers, your mother and fathers that are close to you in environment, or your children, with the patterns and the behaviours that they are reflecting to you, and what those patterns might be. And then you can look at it and go, okay, I do that. I'd better break the pattern, stop the behaviour, and then the children can be free. And then they don't have to do that, because monkey see, monkey do. Kids, you can say whatever comes out of your mouth, but if you're still doing that action, that negative behaviour, that negative pattern, then they will pick up on the action that you're doing rather than the words that you're speaking. So if you're saying, oh no, I'm beautiful, but then you're in the mirror and you're going like, this is my bum looking big, and you know, and you're pushing your clothes around and stuff, and they're going, she doesn't think she's beautiful. Okay, so look at your actions so the behaviours that you're actually putting into place with the words that are spoken. If you need to break your patterns, then the first start is to change your words, and then change your behaviours. Okay, so it's reprogramming yourself. That's it. And this is what I do. This is what I help you with as well. So when I get back into the private sessions, that'll be July 2022 sometime. When you get your personal video from me, I may come up with affirmations or things that you need to say, etc., to reprogram yourself to make sure that you're on the next pathway that you need to be on. There was somewhere else I was going then, but it didn't come out. Woo! Okay, so to all those beautiful ancestors who are here with us, helping us for our highest purpose, hello, welcome, thank you for being here. For all of those who are not here for our highest purpose, it's time to break your patterns and release you so that you can be transmuted into the light. That's the whole purpose. Your job here is done. We no longer need to learn from those lessons that you have carried forth. It is time now to just be ourselves. Okay, now I am sure that I will be talking more about ancestral clearing as we go along with these videos and things. If you've got questions about ancestral healing, etc., put it down in the comments, or email me at thenaughtyoracle@gmail.com. Or wherever I've got my email in with the YouTube channel and that at this time. Okay, all right, thank you, beautiful people. Happy for you to be here. Mwah. Awesome. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Okay. Catch you again next week.